Kossie is in Brazil thanks to the support of Chemist Warehouse, home of real brands and real savings every day.
We're standing outside the Fan Fest here in Porto Alegre where Brazil are playing Mexico, and there's no way we're getting in here, but that's life in Brazil. Everybody wants to be the football cause.
Oh, look, Frank, this is a buzz. This is why I came to Brazil, and I've got to thank Chemist Warehouse for getting me here, but 30,000 inside, at least that many on the streets, and as you can see behind us, there's probably another 30,000 trying to rock up and have a look at the game as well. This is football at its purest, and I love it. The hairs are up on the back of my neck.
We'll be back here just down the road, literally down this road tomorrow when the Socceroos take on the Netherlands. It'll be a sea of gold and orange, and the Socceroos, after their fine performance against Chile last week, well, they've got to bring that same attitude and intensity again.
Yeah, certainly the second half. I mean, we can't repeat the first 15 minutes, and I think everyone in the team is well aware of that. We've heard lots of rumours about changes. I don't know what Ange's going to do, but I don't think it really matters because I think there's a good attitude within this camp. I spoke to a couple of Dutch supporters at our hotel, and the mood in Holland is actually that they're feeling quite cocky about this. They've virtually won the World Cup already. But the bloke I was speaking to was very wary of Australia. He knows we're in for a tough match, and basically he said that if we want to rough you guys up, you can rough us up just as well.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Australia should know the Dutch system pretty well. We've tried to implement it as our own over the last 10 years, so we kind of know how they're going to try to play. And the Dutch at the last World Cup almost kung fu fought their way to the title, so we shouldn't be afraid to be physical. You know, we don't be cynical and nasty tackles just for the sake of it, but we've got to make them feel that they're in a game.
Yeah, I mean, that is part of football, and you can take all the philosophies and the pure stuff out of it about technique and passing games and things like that, but it is still a physical match. And if you've watched any of the games in this World Cup, there's been some fairly willing challenges in most of them, and the Spain and Holland game was no exemption.
It's the big question about whether the type of player like Mark Bresciano and Tim Cahill can back up so quickly after such an intense game, given that they're probably our two most skillful players, our most experienced players, and in a sense our two most crucial.
Well, look, I think Timmy can because he's been playing regularly. Bresh, I think, struggled in the first half the other night. I think he's the first to admit that. But he came into his own in the second but got subbed with about 20 to go, and he needed the break. But I've heard a whisper that he might be coming off the bench, and it might not be a bad thing because if you actually look at the way Holland went about dealing with Spain the other day, I mean, Bresh has got a bullseye painted on him, hasn't he?
Well, it is going to be the sternest test this team has faced in a very long time. A Dutch team in really hot form and desperate to finally win a World Cup, and a Socceroos team trying to learn about itself here at the World Cup, which has got to be the toughest examination that any football team's going to face.
Yeah, but it's as much about, I guess, playing as it is about getting the experience. And I think Ange he's renovated or rejigged this squad for the sake of the future, not for just now, not to try and get a result now. And so even if we do lose, and I don't want us to lose, no way in the world do I want us to lose. I want us to be able to play, and I want us to be competitive. But if we go down fighting, it's going to augur well for the future.
Well, it is going to be an amazing day. One way or another, it'll be an unforgettable experience, as this is. Have a look around you. This country lives, breathes and sleeps its football, and it's so wonderful that we can be part of it. We're going to be here tomorrow. It will be an extraordinary experience, and we'll bring it to you here on Green and Gold Army TV.